I can understand the feeling, right? You go places, you don't queue in the clubs, uh, you don't pay for drinks. People recognize you in the streets. People, they're happy when they see you. They tell you they love you. You go in places, people are yelling, etc. And you don't want to go back to being anonymous. But if you think about it early enough, when you're in your 20s, you're like, okay, even if I get famous in my 20s, right? When I'm 50, so 30 years from now, right? That's what I was thinking when I was 20. I was like, okay, 30 years from now, the people in the club and the people who like me will be 50 as well. So the people I will meet in the streets, I used to not be able to walk in the street because of fame. But the people who will see me in the street in 30 years, if they are 50, they will be like, oh, hey, I love your music, da 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 da. Or like, I still meet people, in their cars. They're like, yeah, okay, big fan. Now they are entrepreneurs, they are police, they work at construction. Everywhere I go, I meet people who tell me, hey, love the music, thanks for my teenage, etc., etc. But all the kids you're gonna meet, they don't know you. They don't know you because you are not of their generation. If they are between 15 and 20, they don't know you. They're busy loving the people of their generation. So because I was saying all this to myself 20 years ago, well, I never like held on to the idea of the glory, the fame, etc. I'm more interested in pushing my art, selling my art, making money from my art, and being able to express myself. Everything else is a byproduct. And sadly, a lot of people, they get hooked up. They get hooked up to fame. And so, and they, like, sometimes you speak to them and you're like, why don't you, not everybody as lucky as me that you guys, and thank you again, are continue to listen to my music, coming to my live shows, streaming. I just got 4 rents yesterday from my YouTube channel, just YouTube. So I didn't even get my royalties. I already have 4 months of rent just paid by YouTube. So I'm blessed beyond measure. But a lot of other artists, maybe they didn't own a YouTube channel, or maybe they don't even own their catalog. So they arrive to that point where they are, and they're scared because, maybe they only have 1 show a month, or sometimes they don't have a show, and maybe they cannot pay their rent. And when I speak to them, sometimes I tell them, why don't you get another job, and do music as a hobby now? Because, and a lot of them, they don't have diplomas. I study economics, I study graphism, I'm savvy in so many things that I could do a lot of other things. But a lot of them, maybe they don't know how to do other things, but a lot of them, they just ashamed of just going back to regular life and having a job, or driving a bus, or being security, or a cook, or anything. A lot of them, they're scared of the public, because the public can be violent with their reaction to you going back to regular life. You're gonna be like a security guard at where they get their groceries. Yeah, you're working to feed your family. But some people are gonna be like, you you're a security guard now. Oh my God, look at. And so he makes people scared to go back to your regular life. I have a friend, he has a label, and when the pandemic started and they stopped completely doing shows for 2 years, well, he went back to his construction work, and he went back to working with his dad and, you know, building houses, remodeling houses, because that was the only thing that was still continuing during the pandemic. So he was posting it on Instagram. He was like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And he was sending me videos all the time of listening to my music with the construction workers and working hard, because he's not ashamed to work hard to feed his babies. And how are you going to be ashamed of how you look to strangers? I don't know.